Well, welcome and good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Hatha Vinyasa Flow. My name is Amy Sullivan. I am a yoga teacher. I'm also a health and nutrition coach. And today we are in a full moon. So we're going to do a little play, a little moon salutation, if you will. A lot of times in Vinyasa and Hatha yoga, we do sun salutations. We do them every week if you flow with me in some format or another, but sometimes it's fun to just play with a different type of energy, the moon energy. So that's what we're gonna do today. You don't need any props ever for my classes. We are gonna do triangle pose as part of our moon salutation, and that's gonna flow into pyramid pose and also some side stuff. So you might want to block if you have one, but really, like, I'd say you're fine grabbing onto your leg here. And we are going to do some deep stuff where we get into our knees. And if that doesn't feel good on your body, don't do it. You don't have to go down as low. You can keep your butt a little bit higher as we're doing the side lunges and things like that. Take care of you. So same as every other week here, if there's something, I'll give you options. But if none of those options work for you, just make an adjustment that fits with your body. So with that, my friends, let's start in a child's pose today. So for that, bring your big toes to touch and then allow your knees to come apart. Shift your hips back over your heels and then draw your torso over your knees. Let your forehead come resting down on the mat and extend your hands out long in front of you. And maybe you close your eyes here. And you just take a moment to settle in. Settling into the space, feel the weight of your body on the yoga mat. Feel the rising and falling of your belly and your chest as you breathe. Start to feel present in this space, this moment. And from here, let's begin our Ujjayi breath, our yogic breath. Seal your lips together. Inhale here. And exhale out through your nose. Allow for a little gentle constriction in your throat as you breathe in and out. It's almost like an ocean wave sound. So it's like it's going to help build focus and build heat throughout your practice. You can keep this or release this breath whenever you want. And from here, my friends, walk your fingertips over to the right side of your mat. Keep your forehead down. Just wiggling your fingertips over to the right. Start to feel an opening, a side stretch through the left side body. Recommit to dragging your hips back over your heels. And take a nice deep inhale in here. Fill up your back body, your lungs with air. And then exhale it out. Start to walk your fingertips back to the center. And then over to the left side now. Fingertips crawl to the left side of your space, of your mat. Start to feel an opening through your right ribs, your right side body. Once again, draw your hips back over your heels to really accentuate that stretch. Inhale into your ribs, your back body. Nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, walk your fingertips around back to the center. Plant your palms flat on the mat. Inhale, rise up. Tabletop here. Separate your knees, hips width, your knees underneath your hips, your wrists underneath your shoulders. And from here, we'll just do a couple cat-cows. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down. Lift your hips up, shine your heart forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you lengthen through the front of your neck. So an opening through the front of your body. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your pelvis, tuck your chin. Press your hands into the mat to send your spine up toward the ceiling. Feel a nice opening through the back of your body. And now let's do a few more in flow, breath to movement. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down, heart forward, hips up. Exhale, cat, tuck and round. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Inhale, cow pose. Drop it down. Exhale, cat, tuck and lift. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, come back to tabletop, neutral spine here. Tuck your toes under, knit your abs in towards your spine. And inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up toward the sky. And take a few moments here in this first down dog to just settle into the back of your body, stretching out. Bend one knee as you straighten the other. Walk your dog. Root down through your hands evenly. Send weight into the ball mound of your pointer finger and your thumb, as well as the outside of your wrist. And then send the energy up through your arms. Rotate your armpits toward one another. Send your belly button toward your thighs. Come to stillness in your down dog. Rotate your inner thighs toward the back of your space. Feel your sit bones widening here. Your spine lengthening. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And then as you inhale, start to come to the balls of your feet. Give your knees a nice bend. Look forward. And on your exhale, step forward, 2 giant steps. One with your right foot, one with your left foot. Come into ragdoll pose. Once again, bend your knees as much as you need to. Maybe even let your torso rest on your thighs. Option to grab onto opposite elbows. And you can sway side to side gently. Maybe you shake your head yes and no. Feel gravity getting into the mix here. Lengthening and decompressing your spine. And come back to stillness. Release your hands down. Root your feet down into the mat. Tuck your tailbone under and start to curl up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Make your way to the top of the space. Standing up, your head's the last thing to rise up. Roll your shoulders back and down. And good morning. You can stay at the top of your space. I'm gonna come forward so you can see me. Option to bring your feet hips width apart for a little more stability, or you can bring your big toes to touch. Little sliver of space between your heels. Wherever you are, lift your toes up, just your toes. Feel how you've ignited your thighs. They're lifting off your knees. Feel how you're pressing down through all 4 corners of your feet. Maintain that sensation. Drop your toes back down. Bring your hands next to your sides, palms facing forward. And inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Lift your hands up high. Stretch up here. Interlace your hands and let your pointer finger, your index finger, shoot straight up. Option to cross your left thumb on top of your right thumb in the back for connecting with the feminine energy, that moon energy. Or your right thumb on top if you want to connect with the sun energy, the masculine energy. We both have both within us. Whatever you feel like tapping into this morning. Root down through your feet as you rise up through your spine. Inhale here, grow even taller. Exhale, side bend to your left. Root down through your feet as you come up and over through feeling a stretch through your right side body. Keep your fingers interlaced. And inhale, rise back up to mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the right. A little opening through your left side body. Square your shoulders off. Feel that opening's through the ribs versus the bending forward. Yes, inhale back up to mountain pose. And exhale, micro back bend, cactus your elbows out wide, shine your heart up. Tuck your tailbone slightly under to lift up more through your front body. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Let your heart guide the way as you bow forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to. I'm gonna head back to the top of my mat so you can see the side view. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Pause here. Place your hands on your shins or maybe up on your thighs so you can parallel your spine to the mat. Roll your shoulder blades back down towards your tailbone. Root into your feet. It's almost as if you're peering over a cliff. Inhale, lengthen a little more. Exhale, plant your palms. Step your left foot back. And drop your left knee all the way down to the mat. And from here, use your hands to draw your hips forward on your space. Feel a really deep stretch. Feel that opening through your left front thigh, your left psoas. Maybe you wiggle your hips back and forth a little bit. Just really getting in, warming up your hip here. And take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, draw your hips back over your back heel, straighten through your front leg, flex your front foot. Maybe this front leg, your right leg straightens, maybe not. Maybe keep a little bend in there. Use your fingers on the mat to tent up to help lift your spine up. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, lift your heart up. Exhale, drape your torso over, lower back down. And once again, maybe you wiggle back and forth a little bit. Opening into our hips, a nice hamstring stretch here. Let's flow that back and forth. So inhale here. Exhale, draw forward, deep lunge. Inhale, come back, straighten your front leg. Exhale, forward, deep lunge. One more time, inhale back. Exhale, come forward, deep lunge here. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up. Plant your palms to frame your front foot. Inhale, step back, plank pose. Option to drop down to your knees here, but root into your hands into the mat to fire up your chest. Knit your abs in towards your spine for nice and lots of strength. Inhale, come slightly forward. Exhale, lower halfway down, bend your elbows, keep them in close as you lower. Maybe you come to your knees. And then inhale, upward facing dog. Draw your hands back, heart forward. Press your feet into the mat to lift your thighs up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high. Reset, recenter here. Stay in your down dog. Take one more big breath. I'm just turning my volume down so that it doesn't come onto the recording. There we go. There we go. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step your left leg through. Drop your back knee down. So now we've got the other leg forward. Once again, use your hands to draw your hips down toward the mat. Maybe you untuck your back toes here. Wiggle your hips side to side. Just really get into that front right hip now, your right psoas. Just awakening deep, deep into your hips. Inhale here, nice big exhale. And then start to draw your hips back, straighten through your front leg. Flex your left foot, your front foot. Walk your hands back to help support you shifting backwards. Feel a hamstring stretch now. Inhale, flatten your back, lengthen, lift your torso up. And then as you exhale, drape your torso down a little forward. Feel a little deeper into that stretch. It's just fine if you have a little bend in your knee. If you're real tight in your hamstring, no biggie. Just keep that knee bent. Just start to feel a stretch here. Keep your foot flexed. Let's flow it back and forth. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, shift it back, half splits. 2 more times. Inhale, come forward. Nice deep lunge. Exhale, shift it back, half splits. And now come forward. Exhale, half splits. Moving on from here, friends. Inhale, come slightly forward. Frame your front foot with your hands. Lift your back knee up. Low lunge here. Inhale, high plank. Step it back one last time. Maybe you come to your knees again, but wherever you are, keep those abs knitted in. Inhale, slightly forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Keep your elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Draw your heart forward, hands back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. And walk into your dog, bend one knee as you straighten the other. Come back to stillness here. Reset, recenter. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees slightly, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, lift your hands up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center here, Samasthiti. Beautiful job, everyone. Moving on from here, inhale, mountain pose, fingertips high, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palm, step your right foot back. Fan your right foot out 45 degrees. Bend into your left knee, your front knee here. Root into both both feet here. Inhale, warrior two, windmill your arms up. Pause here, find your warrior two base. So you're bending into your front knee, the left knee here, send the weight into the heel of your front foot and align your knee over your second and third toe. And then open through your hips, start to send weight into the outer knife edge of your back foot. So you should feel an opening through your hips, shining your hips out towards the wide edge of your mat, your heart out toward the wide edge of your mat. And then when you found this nice strong foot position and you feel solid and found in warrior style in your legs, then extend your arms out. And that'll help open through your heart. Beautiful. That looks amazing. Now I'm talking. Gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale here, sink 1 inch lower down into your warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Start to reach forward, looking forward as you tilt your torso forward. And when you can tilt no more, drop your front hand down, back hand reaches up, shine your heart out. Yes, gorgeous. Use your lower arm to press into your front inner thigh to open through your hips even more. Breathe into this hip opener. Nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. Knit your abs in, root into your feet. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Swap your arms. So now your front arm lifts up. Back arm can be on your back leg, draped down, or maybe you do a half bind. It wraps around toward the front of your body. Send the weight into the ball of your front foot now. Beautiful job. One more big inhale here, open through your side body. Exhale, triangle pose. So parallel your hands to the mat now, fingertips out, nice and wide, front leg stretch. You might even want to shorten your stance just a little bit here, makes it a little bit easier. Inhale here, exhale, extend toward the front, just as we did before, but your leg is straight now. And then drop your front arm down, back arm up. Shine your heart out. This bottom arm might be on your shin, it might be on your thigh, it might be down on the mat, it might be on a block. You're looking for that nice deep stretch into your hamstrings and your legs, but still being able to lengthen through both sides of your body and shine your heart out toward the wide edge of your mat. This looks beautiful. All right. One more inhale here. One more big exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Beautiful job. And rise up, star pose now. So face your toes out, heels in, hands up like you're exploding out into a big shining star. Yes, you got it. And then exhale, goddess pose. Start to bend your knees in line with your toes, sink your hips down like a big wide squat, basically. This is also called horse pose, so whatever you identify with. So root your weight into your heels and to fire up your hamstrings and your gluteus medius, that's your outer glutes. That's gonna draw your knees away from one another. That will lift your heart up, knit your abs in. Beautiful. And then maybe you bring your hands to heart center here. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring your hands to one hand to each thigh. Draw your heart forward, send your butt out a little bit. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to your right. Feel a little opener, a little twist here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Getting into your side body, nice and deep. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, come back to goddess. Still down in there. Inhale, star pose. Beautiful job. Exhale, warrior two to the front. Left knee bends. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep your front knee bent, swap your arms. Exhale, high plank to low plank, chaturanga. So windmill your arms down toward your left foot, toward the front of your mat. Plant your palms. Spin your back foot in line with your front foot. Step back to a plank. Option to go straight to downward facing dog or through a vinyasa. So for vinyasa, come slightly forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. We've done this before. Inhale, upward facing dog. Heart forward, hands back. Then exhale, downward facing dog. All right. A few breaths here, reset, recenter. Come back to your yogic breath, your ujjayi breath. Lips are sealed. Breathe evenly in and out through your mouth. That gentle ocean constriction in your back of your throat. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees slightly, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, root down, rise high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job, team. Let's do the other side. I'm gonna head to the other side of my mat so I stay facing you, but you stay right where you are. Inhale, mountain pose, root down, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Let your heart guide you, leading the way down. It knows how to take you where you want to go. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step your left foot back this time. Fan your left foot out 45 degrees. Bend into your right knee. Inhale, warrior two, windmill your hands up. And once again, first warrior two on this side, let's find a nice strong foundation. So bend into your front knee, align this knee over your ankle. If it's going past your ankle, you probably want to widen your stance front to back. And the knee is also in line with your second and third toe, so you're rotating your front thigh outward. That's gonna open your hips up. Stamp into the heel of your front foot, outer knife edge of your back foot. Then open heart, open hips toward the wide edge of your mat. Then your arms go out. Yes. That strong foundation makes it possible to dance and play from the waist up, right? Gaze over your right fingertips this time. Inhale as you sink just a little bit lower. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach in front of you, tilt your pelvis forward, and then drop your front arm down, back arm up. Shine your heart out toward the front of your space, or the wide edge of your mat. Maybe it's the back of your space now. Root down into the heel of your front foot and press your lower arm into that inner thigh. Feel that opening through your hips. This will help us go deep in when we start to flow in our moon flow. Knit your abs in and root down through both feet. Inhale, reverse triangle. Lift up, straighten your front leg, swap your arms. Front arm now comes up. Maybe it comes up and over. Should feel a nice opening, a side stretch through your right ribs now. Maybe your back arm does a half bind, crosses around. That feels good. Allow for a gentle slight bend in your front knee just so you don't hyperextend. Send the weight into the ball of your front foot. Inhale here. And then exhale, bring your hands parallel to the earth. We're gonna go into triangle pose. So step your back foot in, just one step will make life a lot easier. Both legs are straight, hands are out. Gaze over your right fingertips here. Inhale. As you exhale, tilt your pelvis forward as you reach forward to the right. And then drop your bottom hand down. Top hand comes up. Shine your heart out. Feel a little twist through your navel center. This bottom hand grabs onto a thigh, a shin, wherever you can reach that feels good. Weight is in the ball of your front foot, outer knife edge of your back foot. Beautiful job. Feel that opening, that strength, that stretching. Root down through both your feet. Inhale, star pose, rise up. So now we're facing the wide edge of your mat once again. Toes out, heels in, fingers out. Beautiful job. Inhale here as you lift your heart up a little, micro back bend. Suck your abs in towards your spine, root down into your feet. Wide-legged forward fold on your exhale. Abs and legs draw you down solidly, squarely. Maybe your hands find a block. If you're having tighter hamstrings and you have a chair or a sofa, you can come down and we're just doing a forward fold. We're getting stretching into our hamstrings here. So you can have your hands on something a little higher, like a chair, if that feels better, or a block, or a stuffed elephant, whatever you have available. So wide-legged forward fold. And walk your feet in just a little bit, heel toe them in, so they're still pretty wide, wider than your hips. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, bend into your knees, sink your hips down low, come into a squat and come into froggy pose. So if it's possible for you, bring your hips all the way down, shine your heart up, bring your hands to heart center, press your feet in, or your hands into one another so your elbows come into your inner thighs. You can have the option to sit on a block or a cushion. You can sit up against the wall for this. Should feel a nice deep hip stretch here. And again, if this doesn't feel good on your knees, that's too much, come back up into that goddess, that horse pose, and put your hands on your inner thighs. Same stretch. So whatever feels good to you. Beautiful adjustments, I love it. Taking care of you. So if you're in Malasana, stay in Malasana, this froggy pose. If you're in goddess pose, stay in goddess pose. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale, sigh it out. If you're down in the squat, bring your hands down to the mat. Send the weight into your hands and start to lift your butt up to the sky. So coming back to that wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips, halfway lift. Exhale, stand all the way up. Yes, beautiful. Inhale, star pose, hands come out. Exhale, warrior two, back to the front of your mat. Bend your right knee in. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep your front knee bent, swap your arms. Exhale, high plank to low plank. So option to come through your vinyasa. Plant your palms to frame your right foot, your front foot. Spin the back foot in line. You can step your right foot straight back to downward facing dog. That's option one. Or if you want a vinyasa, come to your plank. Come slightly forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Come back to your yogic breath, your ujjayi. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, root down, rise up, fingertips come high. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, samasthiti. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to move on to our moon series. So face your feet towards the wide edges of your mat. Beautiful. And we did, at the very beginning, we did mountain pose where we interlaced our fingers. I'll come forward so you can see the interlace just real quick. So it's like interlace, but the pointer finger is up. So that's our little steeple. We're gonna start off with that. So again, just like we began, feet hips width is a great option for more stability, or big toes to touch. Both are the same. Hands to heart center. And then inhale, mountain, bring your hands up, interlace your palms. Send that pointer finger up toward the sky. Root down through your feet to lengthen even longer, grow even taller, yes. Inhale one more time. Exhale, side bend to the left. Feel that opening through your right side ribs. Root down through your feet. Inhale, rise back up, mountain pose, center. Let's do the other side. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, rise back up to center, mountain pose. Beautiful job. Exhale, goddess. So step out, just as we did before. Sink down into your goddess pose. Yes, beautiful. From here, inhale, I'm gonna call this half star. So straighten your legs and bring your hands out parallel. Yes, beautiful. So we'll call this half star pose. This is your inhale. Now draw your right foot around to a 45 degree and your left foot over here. Beautiful job. So we're coming like we're gonna get into a triangle pose. We were just here, right? So that'll be our next move. Take another inhale, and then as you exhale, triangle pose. So extend forward towards your left, fingertips reach forward, forward, forward. Then tick-tock your arms down and up. Bottom arm comes down on that leg. Right arm comes up. Shine your heart out. Find that triangle. We've been here before, beautiful. And then come into pyramid pose. Start to draw your top hand down. Rotate your torso towards your front leg, towards your left leg. So now you're facing forward and spin your back foot, your back toes in line with your front toes. So now both toes are facing towards the top of your mat. Your hands might come down and tent your fingers on the mat. You might bend a little bit into your front knee, bring your hands to your shin if that feels better. Maybe you bring your hands to a wall or a sofa. So we're thinking both feet facing forward, and think train tracks with your feet, not tightrope. So give yourself a little bit of width between your feet to give you more balance. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, can you drape your torso a little more forward? Feel a nice stretch through both hamstrings. Your back heel might be up or it might be down, whatever feels good. Don't force it down if it doesn't want to go. Gently shift your left hip back, right hip forward. Feel a little more stretch through your left hamstring. Beautiful job. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, bend into your front knee and drop your back knee down, low lunge. That'll be our exhale. We've been here before too, right? Inhale, low crescent. Rise up here. Let's pause here to feel into this one. So you're welcome to untuck your back toes if you want. And the tendency here is to sink your hips really far forward. Well, we want to lengthen through the spine. So feel a little tuck through your tailbone, a lift through your hip points. See how my torso has lengthened from there. You should feel a nice stretch through your right psoas. And then when you found all of that, inhale your arms up. Low crescent pose. Breathe here for just a moment. Feel that nice little stretch. Inhale here. Exhale. Come back down. We're going to go into side lunge. So bring both of your hands inside your front foot. And then start to rotate your left toes both toes toward the front. Keep your right leg long. We're coming down into a crouch like this. So this is our side lunge. My left heel is off the ground. Yours might be on the ground or off the ground. If this is your knees are like, oh my goodness, maybe you come up here and you have your butt sticking out and you're up and you just lunge like this, okay? So there's a couple options here. So this is our exhale, our side lunge. And then inhale, malasana, froggy pose. Start to draw your right leg in to meet your left, towards your left, keeping a little space so you can find that low lunge again, okay? So this is your low version. If you're up, then maybe you come back into goddess pose, okay? So those are your options. So we're in froggy pose here, malasana. Now we're gonna head over to the other side of our mat, work our way back up. This is our moon dance. Plant your palms down and kick your left foot out. So same thing, other side. Yes, you got it. Having fun here. Inhale, crescent pose. So walk your hands around to the right, drop your back knee down, come up. Find that crescent pose once again. So this, once again, you're gonna probably try to dump into your lower spine. So tuck your tailbone under, hip points come up, shine your heart forward, lift up, then bring your arms up. Beautiful job. Breathe here for just a few breaths. Feel that nice opening through your left psoas. One more big inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee. Step your back foot in just a little bit. Inhale, pyramid pose on this side. So just start to straighten your front leg. Both toes are facing towards the other short side of your mat. And once again, depending on how flexible your body's feeling this morning, maybe there's a slight bend in your front knee. Your hands might be on the mat. They might be on blocks. They might be up on your shin or your thigh. You might be holding on to a wall or a table. So take care of you. You're looking toward something close to straight legs, both toes facing forward. Once again, think train tracks or water skis, not tightrope for your feet. This is your inhale. Beautiful. As you exhale, walk your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Fan your back foot out a little bit to 45 degrees and lift your left elbow up, straighten your arm, triangle pose. Yes, gorgeous, you guys got it. So play in this triangle for a moment. Again, wherever your hand feels good. Mine's on the ground, but maybe yours is up on your shin or your thigh. Whatever makes it possible for it to feel good for you to twist from your navel center, shine your heart out, rooting into the ball of your front foot, outer knife edge of your back foot. Beautiful job. Inhale, come back up to that half star. So arms are out to the sides, toes pointing out, heels in. Exhale, goddess pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips down low. So strong. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Step your feet together, lift your fingertips up, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right this time. Yes. Inhale, rise back up to mountain. And exhale to the left, side bend. Inhale, rise back up to mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Beautiful job. So that's it, that's our moon flow. We're gonna work our way slowly back over, then we're gonna flow through it from left to right, right to left. So let's go back a little bit slower and then we'll flow through it, breath to movement. So from here, inhale, mountain pose. Lift your fingertips up, look up. Interlace your hands, exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, mountain pose. Step your feet out wide. Exhale, goddess pose. Sink your hips down low, bend your knees, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, half star. Rotate your back foot, your left foot around to face the right. Inhale here. Exhale, triangle pose. So reach out in front of you and then draw your right arm down, left arm up, shine your heart out. Beautiful job. Inhale, pyramid pose. Drop your top hand down to meet your lower hand. Shine your hips and your heart forward, both toes facing forward, aiming towards a straight leg. Both straight legs. Maybe your back heel is up, maybe it's down. Maybe you shorten your stance, whatever feels good to you here. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, low lunge, drop your back knee down. Inhale, rise up, low crescent pose. Lift your hands up, tuck that pelvis under. As you exhale, side lunge. Draw both hands to the inside of your right foot and bring your toes to the wide edge of your mat. Shift your hips over to the right and extend your left foot out. Or maybe once again, you lift up and you have that low lunge with your butt sticking out if that feels better. All right, so if your knees are not playing this game, stand up a little bit. Draw your left foot in towards you. Inhale, Malasana, froggy pose. Press your elbows into each inner thigh to open and lift your heart. Inhale one more time. Exhale, side lunge to the other side. Kick your right foot out. Yes, you got it. Inhale, low crescent. Now walk your hands around and your legs follow to the left and rise up with your left knee forward. It's your inhale, crescent pose. Exhale, low lunge. Frame your front foot, lift your back knee, step your back foot in. Inhale, pyramid pose, just straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle. Walk your left hand inside your right foot or maybe onto your shin and then shine your heart out. Lift your right arm up. Beautiful job. Inhale, half star. Toes out, heels in, arms parallel. Exhale, goddess pose. Sink your hips down low. Inhale, mountain. Step your feet together. Lift your fingertips up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. That's it. That's our moon dance, our moon flow. You guys ready to do it? We're gonna start heading this way, work our way around here. We'll come back to center, and then we'll head this way, back around to the left, come back to center. Kind of like the cycle of the moon. All right, let's do it, friends. You ready? Bring your feet to touch or hips width apart, hands to heart center. Root down evenly through your feet. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Interlace your hands, stick your pointer finger up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Step your feet out wide, toes out. Exhale, goddess pose. Sink your hips low, bend your knees. Inhale, half star, straighten your legs, parallel your arms. Spin your right foot toward the left. Inhale here. Exhale, triangle pose. Shine your heart out. Inhale, pyramid pose. Drop your top arm down, face towards your left leg. Spin everything toward the left. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, low crescent, rise up. Exhale, side lunge to the left. Bend into your left knee. Shine your toes to the wide edges of your mat. Inhale, Malasana. Draw your right foot in. Find that froggy pose. Exhale, kick your left foot out. Side lunge to the left. Yes, inhale, low crescent. Walk around to the right side. Rise up. Exhale, low lunge. Frame your foot. Lift up your back knee. Inhale, pyramid pose. Step your back foot in. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, triangle pose. Yes. Exhale, rise up. Half star. Beautiful job. Inhale, exhale, goddess. Inhale, mountain pose. Step your feet together. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're halfway there. Let's bring it home. Going back the other way. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, mountain. Step your feet out. Exhale, goddess pose. Sink your hips low, bend your knees. Inhale, half star. Straighten your legs, parallel your arms. Sweep your left foot toward the right foot. Inhale here. Exhale, triangle pose. Reach forward. Draw your right arm down, left arm up. Shine your heart out. Inhale, pyramid pose. Frame your right foot. Shine both your feet to the right. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, low crescent. Rise up. Exhale, side lunge to the right. Bend into your right knee. Shift your toes forward toward the wide edge of your mat. Bring your left foot in. Inhale, Malasana, froggy pose. Exhale, side lunge to the left. Kick your right foot out. Inhale, low crescent. Come around to the left, rise up. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms to frame your left foot, your front foot. Lift your back knee up. Step in. Inhale, pyramid pose. Straighten your front leg, your left leg. Inhale here. Exhale, triangle pose. Right arm lifts. Shine your heart out. Inhale, half star. Rise up. Exhale, goddess pose. Sink your hips low. And inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. That's a beautiful moon dance. Thank you for dancing with me. And from here, we'll come into a chair pose. So again, feet could be hips width apart or toes together. Sink down into a chair as though you're sitting down. Sink your hips back, bend your knees. Here's the side view. So you really zippered up your thighs and find a slight tuck in your tailbone so you can lift up through your hip points and lift up through your heart, knit your abs in. And then when you're ready, arms come up to frame your head. Rotate your armpits toward one another so your hands face toward one another. So strong. Squeeze those thighs together. Pretend you are a dolphin swimming through the sea. You have one strong unit of your legs, one tail. Inhale here, sink a little bit lower. Exhale, rise up. Beautiful job. We'll just add a little twist to that. So inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Inhale, send the crown of your head forward, your butt back even more. So you're sinking a little bit lower. Exhale, twist to your right. Your left elbow will hook maybe on the outside of your right thigh, maybe on the inside of your left. Outside of right is a little deeper. Press your hands into each other to help crank that twist a little deeper. Send the weight into your heels, zipper up your thighs. Can you shift your hips back just a little bit more? Stay right here, or maybe you fly and you separate your arms. That feels good. Take one more big inhale here. And exhale, forward fold. Bring both hands down toward the mat. Shake those legs out. And inhale, rise up, chair pose once again. Let's do the other side. I'm gonna shift around so you can see my face. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, crown comes forward, butt comes back. Exhale, twist to your left. Your lower elbow hooks onto the inner thigh or the outer thigh. Press your hands toward one another. Keep squeezing those thighs. You got this. Shine your heart out. Option to fly your chair, open your arms if you like that on the other side. Try it on this side too, feels good. One more big inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, straighten your legs, shake them out. So strong, team. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine, flat back. Exhale, tuck and curl. So bring your belly towards your thighs, bend your knees, lift your heels, bring your hands to the mat. So make a little ball with your body. I'm gonna come down into boat pose, so our butts are gonna be on the ground. If you wanna do this in a gentle manner, walk your hands around. If you're feeling a little more restorative today, lower your seat down. If you want a little ab action, a little core challenge, you're gonna use some balance here. So lift your heart up so that your hands come off the ground. Start to bring your hands forward. And now start to shift, start to tilt like a C curve with your spine. Tilt your hips back. You're gonna feel your weight shifting, and at some point, you'll shift back onto your bum. And then maybe your heels come off the ground. This is full boat pose here with legs straight. Maybe you have your shins parallel. Maybe your feet are on the ground. Wherever you are, your heart is lifted, your abs are in. So and your arms are out. So here's your boat pose. I'm gonna go in the middle today, I think. Take a nice deep inhale in here. And exhale, lower down, Ardha Navasana, low boat. Hover your feet, hover your head a few inches off the ground. Abs suck in. Inhale here, exhale, come rise up, boat. Beautiful job. Let's do that once again. Inhale, lower down, hover. Exhale, rise up. Inhale, lower down, hover. Exhale, rise up. This time we're gonna go all the way down. Slow and controlled for 4, 3, squeeze your abs in, 2, and 1. You did it. So strong. And bring yourself forward here. So bring your butt forward. And your head comes back down. Walk your heels in towards your bum. Bring your hands down next to your hips, palms facing down, setting up for bridge pose. Press down into your hands, press down into your heels. Tuck your pelvis under, lift your hips up, rise up, bridge pose. Root down into your heels to fire up your hamstrings and send your hips even higher. Maybe you interlace your hands underneath your bum if that feels okay, totally unnecessary, just an add-on. And roll your shoulders underneath. Send your tailbone towards your knees. Draw your knees toward one another. Keep rooting down into your heels. Take one more big inhale here. And then as you exhale, release, roll down, slow and controlled. Your tailbone will be the last thing to arrive at the bottom. Find a nice neutral spine. If your lower spine lifted there, reacquaint your lower spine toward the earth a little more. Broken bridge, bring your knees together. Walk your feet out to the wide edges of your mat. And pause here for just a moment. Maybe you bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Maybe you close your eyes. And take a moment to breathe in here. Releasing in from that beautiful heart opener, from our little moon dance, coming more toward the end of our practice into more release, relax, rest. Full moon is a great time to focus on releasing anything that's no longer serving you. So if there's anything coming up for you, it's a good time of the month to just focus on breathing it out, writing it out. Maybe you write what you want to get rid of. Perfect opportunity to do that. If your eyes are closed, flutter them open. And draw both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. Maybe you rock side to side. Allow a little massaging for your back here. And then draw your right knee in. Give it a little hug. Maybe your left leg comes out long. If this feels okay, feel a nice stretch through your front body. If that does not feel okay, it's fine to bend your left knee and put your left foot on the mat. It's a little lighter on the lower back. So wherever you are, rotate your right ankle around and give your right leg a little squeeze as you draw your right knee toward your right armpit, sort of toward the side body. Take a nice inhale here. And as you exhale, supine twist to the right, to the left rather, draw your right leg across your body. Stack your hips and then send your right shoulder back toward the earth, back toward the mat. Maybe it makes it there today, maybe not quite. It's heading in that direction. If it feels all right, perhaps you look back behind you to the right. Maybe your right arm extends out behind you. You can allow the hand that's closest to your knees to grab on, gently pull your knees closer to the earth, enhancing your twist. Now I invite you, friends, to release your Ujjayi breath. Shift your breathing to longer, slower, deeper inhales and exhales. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, gently come back to center. Bring both knees into your chest so that you can realign your spine. Center out, even out. And then hug your left knee in, extend your right leg long. Or perhaps your right foot is on the floor, knee bent, whatever feels best. And then as you hug your left knee in, rotate your left ankle around in a circle. Give it a little love, a little squeeze. One more big inhale here. Exhale, supine twist. Draw your left knee across your body. Stack your hips. Maybe your left shoulder makes it back down, on its way down to the mat. Perhaps you look back to the left. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale, sigh it out. Gently make your way back to center. Find your neutral spine once again. Recenter your vertebrae. Happy baby. Draw both knees in towards your chest, but keep your knees out wide. Flex your feet, and then send your feet toward the ceiling, keeping your knees bent. And use your hands to grab onto whatever's available. Maybe that's your calves, maybe that's your ankles, maybe it's your feet or your big toe. And then use your hands to pull your knees down to the sides of your body towards your armpits. This will allow your spine to flatten gently into the mat. Maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you straighten and bend one or both of your legs. What feels good? Center into you. Your body will tell you what feels best. And then come back to the beginning, come back to center, release your hands, hug both knees into your chest one more time. Make a little ball, draw your nose towards your knees. Bring your head up for just a moment. Give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze, hug, 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 everything, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Thank your whole self for coming to yoga class today, for giving yourself 60 whole minutes that are just for you. You are so very worth it. And then take one more big inhale and squeeze everything, your fingers, your ears, your toes, your eyes, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, release. Resting pose, Savasana. Allow your legs to extend out long. Allow some space between your feet. Maybe you bring your arms out a little bit wider to really facilitate your shoulders resting, melting down into your mat. Allowing all your hard work to integrate. Take a nice deep breath in here. Squeeze everything, fill up everything. And exhale, sigh it out. I will mind the time. Enjoy your beautiful, well-deserved Savasana. Friends, if you have the time, I invite you to stay just as you are. Take as long as you desire to just rest, to be in this bliss of Savasana. If it is time to move on into the next part of your Saturday, begin to bring your awareness back to the space. Gently deepen your inhales and your exhales. Start to invite in any micro movements that might feel good. Maybe you wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your ankles and your wrists. And then letting that all go, reach your hands above your head. Maybe you interlace your hands, flip your palms, stretch. From your toes to your fingertips into magical, amazing, incredible, no one in the world quite like you. And then letting that go, bring your arms down. Gently draw your knees in. Roll towards your side of choice. Maybe you pause here for a breath or two, keeping your eyes closed. And gently make your way as you feel called up to a comfortable seat. Take all the time you need. And bring your hands to heart center. And remembering this full moon energy, maybe you can take some of this creative energy we've conjured up in our moon dance out off the mat. If there's anything you're feeling called to release, now is a great time to let it go if it's no longer serving you. And it is always My pleasure to flow with you. Thank you for joining me for a moon dance, a moon sequence, changing it up a little. The teacher in me honors, thanks, and appreciates the teacher in each and every one of you. Have a blessed and beautiful day. Bring your hands to your third eye. Inhale here. Exhale, namaste. Thank you so much. Happy moon, everybody.